Hello, my name is Valentina Rodríguez, and in this video, I'm going to explain the corporate and internal communication strategies for Challenge 3. I will start with the corporate communication strategies. The first one is the global differentiation strategy. Here, the differentiation should not only be reflected in the products, such as quality, earn, and sustainability, but also in the way the company communicates internally. La Textilera can differentiate itself as a company with human, transparent, and educational communication, where technical knowledge, like Miguel's experience, is transmitted through structured learning spaces and a shared culture. Implement an internal communication program where more experienced employees train news through weekly short videos, workshops, or short presentations. Reinforce corporate identity through internal messaging focused on sustainability, local pride, and trust. And use internal visual channels with consistent, simple, and motivated messages that reflect these values. Now we have the partnership strategy. It strengthens the partnership between management, employees, and allies around shared values. Create an internal partnership program between areas where collaborative projects between production, sales, and administration are communicated. Integrate a culture of sustainability into everyday practices, such as internal recycling campaigns, energy conservation initiatives, and recognition for employees who achieve green goals. Also, develop internal materials that demonstrate how external partnerships like Fondo Emprender directly benefit employees. And the last is mixed strategy. For La Textilera, we want to generate a strategy that allows us to maintain its traditional and technical essence, but integrating modern practices of communication, leadership, and sustainability. Unify internal messaging under the motto, "Weaving trust, innovating together." Connecting tradition with modernity. Train leaders to communicate with empathy using simple digital tools like short videos, scheduled messages, and weekly newsletters. This balances tradition with innovation, so each internal message reinforces pride in the family history while also demonstrating adaptation to a sustainable future. Now the brand strategies are the single or monolithic brand strategy. All internal communication will spin around a single strategy, La Textilera. This is not just a company name, but a brand that represents effort, quality, and unity. Ensure uniformity in visual and verbal tone across all internal channels, logos, colors, messages. Promote employee pride campaigns, like "I am part of La Textilera," with employee testimonials. Incorporate the company name into all internal programs, such as La Textilera Learns, La Textilera Sustainable, and La Textilera Communicates. All these will reinforce coherence and identity, that each employee feels they work not just in a factory but for a solid and recognized brand. For multiple brand or brand strategy, we have that although La Textilera does not manage commercial brands, this strategy can be adapted for internal communication by creating thematic self-identities for internal projects. Innovation, well-being, and training. Create internal micro-campaigns with their own identities, like colors and slogans such as Innova Textil, Innovation and Continuous Improvement, Eco Textil, Sustainability and the Environment, or Textilera Aprende, Training and Leadership. The objective is to motivate the team and facilitate the visual and emotional recognition of each internal initiative. The last is brand endorsement strategy. Here, every internal project and future sub-brand will be backed by the name and prestige of the main company, La Textilera, conveying trust and consistency. All internal actions, regardless of the area, are part of the same organizational purpose. For example, Ecotextil by La Textilera or Textilera Learns powered by La Textilera. Let's move on to the lobbying strategies. We have direct and indirect. For direct lobbying strategy, we're going to make brief meetings like leadership minutes between Carolina, Miguel, or Ana Maria and the operational team to explain key decisions or listen to concerns. Also implement a direct feedback channel It could be physical or digital, where employees can send suggestions directly to management and communicate the results of these conversations to maintain transparency. This aims to reduce the hierarchical gap and strengthen trust between management and employees, demonstrating that decisions are made with participation and active listening. And for the indirect strategy, we will use success stories and internal recognition as a tool for positive influence, like saying, if they could do it, so can we. Also, publicize the team's achievements in local media or internal networks to position the company as an example of a responsible and sustainable work culture. Now I'm going to explain the internal communication strategies, starting with personal contact strategy, the communicative leadership. In this, we are going to train Carolina, Miguel, and Ana Maria in relational communication, so they can learn to actively listen and give constructive feedback and convey coherent messages. On-site conversation rounds. We are going to establish brief weekly sessions where leaders are on the shop floor and speak directly with operators about progress, ideas, and needs. Also, leverage Miguel's experience to implement a one-on-one learning. This is a system between new and experienced operators. We want to promote knowledge transfer and strengthening personal connections. Also, use symbolic gestures of closeness, such as celebrating birthdays, recognizing achievements in front of the team, and encouraging daily greetings as part of a culture of respect. In this way, we will transform everyday human contact into a strategic communication and leadership tool, strengthening trust and empathy across hierarchical levels. With the control communication channel strategy, we want to ensure that all collaborators receive verified messages, avoiding rumors or distortions. So there will be a creation of an internal communication committee. Although small, it can be led by Ana Maria with support from Valentina, me, and the accountant. Design an official communication channel plan to define what type of information is communicated through each medium. For example, work WhatsApp for quick announcements or just operational changes. Message flow control. All institutional communications must be reviewed and approved by a management or the committee to ensure consistency. And creation of an internal communication manual. This will be a brief document with basic guidelines for tone, frequency, and responsible parties for each channel. Now let's talk about the mass communication channel strategy. Since we want to build a cross-cutting and emotionally powerful communication, it has to reach all members at the same time. So it is important to create a monthly digital or printed newsletter managed by Carolina or Valentina with sections on safety, productivity, recognition, and human interest stories. Display a screen or visual mural in the plant that shows weekly indicators, achievements, or motivational messages. Short internal videos recorded by team leaders or Valentina via WhatsApp, management message of the month, Miguel's safety tip, etc. And internal stories on social media, only with authorization, of course, showing daily work, operator experiences, and environmental commitment. And those were the strategies. Let's move on now to the tools. First, we have tools for corporate communication management, starting with target audience analysis. For corporate communications, La Textilera has two main audiences, internal and external. Internal, partners, employees, operators, and volunteers. External, institutional clients, suppliers, and strategic partners. With this in mind, we will create an audience map to identify interests, preferred channels, and ideal communication style. The internal is approachable, visual, and educational language, and the external is technical, formal, and results-oriented tone. 2. For competitive analysis, we will re-examine other companies in the yarn industry, such as Enca and Pavi Lopez, not only focusing on their products, but also on how they communicate their values. The goal is to identify opportunities to position La Textilera as a reliable, local, and sustainable supplier with authentic and personal communication that highlights its family history. For this, Valentina can lead a simple comparative analysis using three main criteria: visual language, verbal language, and channels. 3. Corporate Identity Manual. The company already has this document and is very well defined, including the use of the logo, colors, typography, and communication style. There is already consistency between design and communication as well. The only thing missing is creating a slogan to enhance brand recall. 4. For presentations and corporate materials, we already have the design of the institutional templates for presentations, quotes, business cards, and letterhead. These elements reflect professionalism and facilitate communication between departments. 5. The brand manual creation. This manual complements the visual identity with the company's values, purpose, and communication style. We want with this to reflect the family-oriented and sustainable essence of the business. And the manual should include the purpose, values, and communication style. 6. Financial communication. Even a small company can adopt internal transparency practices by showcasing basic financial progress, sales, efficiency achievements. To this end, bi-monthly results will be presented in a visual and understandable format, highlighting collective achievements. Maintain a simple template for visual financial reports. And finally, we have the tools for internal communication management. Here we aim to organize, measure, and strengthen daily communication within the company, connecting employees with La Textilera's objectives, values, and culture. The key is not having many communication channels, but using them consistently and coherently. 1. Create a welcome manual. This is just a simple and visual document that greets each new employee. The content should include the company's history, values, basic rules, contact information, messages from partners, and team photos. 2. Internal newsletter Weaving Stories. A monthly publication, print or digital, featuring production news, achievement trainings, and awards. 3. Communication box. This can be physical or digital. It allows to send suggestions, complaints, or ideas. We want to encourage participation and dialogue. It should be checked weekly and responses should be posted in a visible location because all ideas matter. 4. Hold quarterly breakfast meetings with Carolina, Miguel, or Ana Maria where opinions are shared and goals are discussed. The objective is to create spaces for direct dialogue and recognition. My suggested slogan is "Conversation that build trust." 5. Notice boards and posters to visually reinforce ongoing communication. We will place physical notice boards around the plant with motivational messages, indicators, and the team photos. The content can be changed weekly to maintain interest. 6. Make brief anonymous quarterly surveys on employees' climate and satisfaction to measure progress in climate, communication, and motivation. 7. Internal event celebrations. Hold small celebrations for anniversaries, Labor Day, Christmas, and New Year's. This will strengthen cohesion and emotional recognition. To evaluate all these strategies, we will need to implement an effectiveness analysis in system. This will involve among the review of simple metrics, like numbers of newsletters distributed, ideas received, and event participation. A short visual report will be shared with the team. Now that the strategies have been explained, I will briefly discuss the infographic I created for this plan. For this, I maintain La Textilera's graphic style using the corporate colors, a clean aesthetic, clear typography and graphics that aid understanding and remain relevant to the text. It's called Weaving Communication Strategies and Tools of La Textilera, relating the name to the company's core business, weaving yarn. Here I am to explain how corporate and internal organization strengthen organizational culture and identity. It's divided in two main parts. On the left, I have the corporate strategies of differentiation, mixed, and partnership. The brand strategies include the names I use within the clothing label strategy. And the lobbying strategies are presented as direct and indirect, accompanied by an explanatory element. In the right-hand column, I listed the internal strategies: personal contact, control channel, and mass communication channel, each one with a short explanation and an image. For the middle of the page down, the internal and external tools are displayed in blue bands with supporting icons. I conclude with the phrase: corporate communication builds the image. Internal communication builds the culture. Together, they weave the identity of La Textilera. This serves to unify the two. And this was my explanation of the communication strategies and tools. Thank you so much. I hope you like it.